Hello, I'm making this video as part of the online course conducted by Skyfi Labs on in BIM, Building Information Modeling. So in this project, we had to make a multi-story building with 3 floors. So at first we set the units, that is the working units and the dimension units to millimeters. So you can see that the length unit is millimeter and the area is square meter, angle is decimal degrees, volume is cubic meter, and the layout unit is also millimeter. The same was done for the dimensions also. Then we went on to documents, and in the layers option we have the ability to add different layers to the project. So here we had added layers such as beams, columns, walls, stairs and slabs, and also roof. We added these dimensions, and this was done for the purpose of getting the final takeoff quantities for estimation and to know the exact volume of each layer. Then we went on to the grid systems, and there we are making this this building as a frame structure. So at the grid intersections we have columns, and these columns were designed as per the specifications, the dimensions and the length up to the 3rd floor. And then we could add different structural properties like model that give color for it. Here I had made it white. Like that, we set the home story to 0 and the projection as 0. So home story is the ground floor itself. So this was done, and then in this grid systems we tick the dimension lines and the total dimensions so that it was visible. And then we did the number of grid lines were fixed both in the vertical and the horizontal direction. The distances were also fixed, and we added this grid system onto it. Here we can see 4 lines and 4 here. So this system was added. Then the columns were there, and then we made slight modifications to the columns such that here in the 3D image you can see that the first 2 columns over here are only needed up to the 1st floor height, and these columns over here are needed only up to the 2nd floor, and this column is required till the 3rd floor. So we made such modifications after creating it. This was done, that modifications were done from the column tool option, where we can select the column, and then if you go to these settings we can change the height of the column. And then after creating the grid system and the columns, we made the beams, the top beams. Each floor has a top beam that was made, and then we made the walls throughout, and we left the interior walls as open just for the architectural purpose, so that finally when we go inside we can see everything clearly. So we made like that. Then we moved on to the 1st floor. To create the 1st floor we had actually used the trace option. So from the trace option we choose the reference as the story below it. So the ground floor we chose as a reference point, and with the help of the reference point we were able to create the 1st floor. So similarly we also made the 3rd floor. This is the plan of the 3rd floor using the trace option itself. This was done to create the frame of the structure. After creating the frame of the structure, we went on to add doors and windows. For that we use the door tool and also the window tool. So for example, in the door tool, if you open this, we have different types of doors, and we added those doors and also windows to the required position. Here you can see that the double door is added as the entrance in the ground floor, and here a sliding window was added to this portion, and windows and doors were added like that. And then for the purpose, here you can see that for this window we then made the sunshade. So sunshade, we made a projection from the Windows Edge, and using the slab tool we had made this uh, sunshade. See here, you can see the sunshade above the windows. And in this plan, you can actually see in this 3D view, you can actually see this is the top beam, the RCC top beam, which had not been painted. But these walls were actually painted. If you select the walls and you go to the model options, you can override the surface with the painting. And then that was made. We did the windows and doors, and then after that we went on to create the staircase. So we need two staircase over here. So in the ground floor, you can see that we made a staircase over here to connecting ground floor and the first floor, and this was done using the staircase tool. So here in the staircase tool, you can see that we can add the top here. The ground floor is a home story is a ground floor, and the top link is here. And then we entered the number of rises, and then the based on the specifications, we have the rule as 2R plus G. The going plus the rise must be 631. The rules were set, and using the type of baseline position required based on the situation where how the staircase had to be created, we selected that. And then for the landings also, we specified the width, the type of staircase required. Here I had chosen wood for both the flight and the landing. Woods were selected. Here you can modify the tread and rise options. There are projections, etc. The extruding part. Then with that we made the staircase such that there are two flights and there's a landing in between. So this was the direction, this upward, and then here we will reach the top. And then similarly we also made the staircase in the first floor to connect first floor and the second floor and top story. So after doing this, then the next step which we did was to create the roof. So here in the 3D view we can see that it's a sloping roof we provided on top. So this was done using the roof tool. So in the roof tool we added a 3 sloped roof. So each pitch was defined as a initial pitch is 45, then 30 degree and 15 degree. The thickness of the roof was chosen as 300 mm. And then we made the model as a roof as tiled roof, so that was selected. And then we made the roof initially for the straight portion of the third floor, that is this portion from here to here. Then we used the extrusion to extend the roof towards here, and then the entire roof was completed. After this we made the balconies. So here we already had a roof slab and a balcony portion over here. So here we made a wall, short wall around the center of the edge, and then we used the railing tool. The railing tool was selected, and then with that we made the railing. The offset was selected, and then the offset from the ground story, and then the total height of the railing was selected. And then we made sure that the railing associativity and segment was stacked it, and then we do the railing. And here you can see that here a special balcony was created, which was actually not there. So we extended the slab from that flooring towards outside, and then we made the railing and the wall around it. Then after that the final step was to do the interior designing part. So in the interior designing we use the object tool to get many different objects, such as a man, a tree, then a car. So here you can see you can select multiple objects, and then in the ground floor you can see that we made the kitchen and the bed and a sofa set. So these were inserted. And then after that the last step was to conclude the project. For that we went to the 3D view. We went to the 3D view, and then there we can use the explore option. In the 3D view, we can use the explore option, and then in the explore option, if you start, you can use the arrow keys to move into the building. So if you move inside here, you can see that we went through the door, and we can see the interior of the first floor. We can see the sofa set, the bed, and the stairs leading to the first floor. You can see the kitchen set, a cupboard, etc. You can see the roof. So we use the export to find any conflicts between any elements. After this, we went on to the document option, and here we have schedules, and the components by layers were selected, and through that we can get the takeoff values for each layer. You can see the different volumes for beams, columns, stairs, etc. Then using the layout book option, we can see the plan for each floor. So here the ground floor plan is visible, so this will help in the documentation of the project. Then finally, from the documents, we can do renderings through creative imaging, photo render, projection, and then this is a rendered image of the building, which can be saved to a file and viewed later, to our computer and viewed later. So this completes my video on building information modeling using ArchiCAD. So this course was really helpful, as it would help engineers to combine the BIM along with other project management tools such as Primavera to get the exact quantities. So it will help in the project management. This was a great learning experience. Thank you.